Hey everyone. So someone got RBF'd for the very first time. In case you don't know, RBF means replace by fee. And basically, if a transaction is unconfirmed and still sitting in the mempool waiting to be picked up, you or whoever controls the private keys can go in and bump up the fee and reroute the transaction's destination if they want to. So I saw in my notifications on X that our, I would say, consistent champion across the board at 80 Hate posted, you won't believe this, but someone actually stole it from me. I've already sent it out, and then all of a sudden it changed destination. And so he actually included, which obviously you're going to see on screen, a screenshot showing basically, the replace by fee. And it looks like this is a Blockstream wallet. It says insufficient funds for fees. And so I went to mempool.space and I actually looked to see what went down. And so the episode was released at 7 p.m. my time because we didn't change. Um, we didn't set the clocks back an hour until like this past Sunday. And so the episode went out at 7 p.m. my time. It looks like this address ending in Z6 belongs to 80 Hate, and he swept the wallet at about 9:38 p.m. And then in comes this other person, the RBF snatch person, whose address ends in GC, and they actually did the RBF, the replace by fee, at about 9:45 p.m. So 9:38 to 9:45, that's like a 7-minute delta. So now if you tune in, you pay attention and you find the seed phrase, you can't even be sure that, like you found it in time for block confirmations to come in. So you have to be on your guard. And obviously it's only 21,000 sats. So I'm not expecting, like RBF on RBF and RBF because, if you guys do that too much, there's not going to be anything left. But it's just fascinating to see that, that someone would actually go out there and do this RBF for 21,000 sats. But if you are just passively following along and you're not necessarily interested in getting the 21,000 sats, and you're still on your Bitcoin learning journey with respect to transactions on chain, it's kind of cool to see this. I'll include the addresses in the description so you can go and click and just, look at the flow of transactions and what actually happened. And so with that, I will now read out the seed words from Miles's full interview. The seed word number 1 is interest, 2 poem, 3 pond, 3 food, 4 recipe, 5 bottom, 6 scorpion, 7 cage, 8 high, 9 pass, 10 victory, 11 dinosaur, 12 page. So there are the 12 words. And yeah, congratulations if you found the seed words. Congratulations if you almost got the sats. And I look forward to, like what's going to happen in the future. Once again, if we manage to get Michael Saylor on Ask a Bitcoiner 21 Questions, and in the full interview portion, if we manage to get him to up the ante, something small relative to Michael Saylor, but something huge relative to the plebs, I can't even begin to imagine like the RBF and other like antics and shenanigans that would happen, which I feel as though is like, yeah, it's a nice light sort of relief compared to everything else that's going on in the world today. Yeah, and I said that I wouldn't mention anything with respect to what's going on in the world, so I will not. Moving on. On Wednesday, Anuja from Travel with Bitcoin will be on the podcast answering 21 questions. She's such a breath of fresh air. It's such a pleasure to ask her 21 questions and then to interview her. And again, because I messed up with the Cashew token in Miles's 21 questions, We've included 2 cashew e-tokens in Anuja's 21 questions, and there will also be a seed word clue. So make sure you tune in to hear Anuja explain how to travel with Bitcoin, and also for the tokens and the seed word phrase. And lastly, next Monday is Easter Monday, so I will not be doing an update. I may post just some kind of random video, something pretty with like a seed word in there, just because, I like doing this. But other than that, there will not be an episode. But the following Wednesday, of course, there will be Anuja's full interview where we take a deep dive into the correlation or the intersection of Bitcoin and travel. We also talk about like our friends and stuff, and like not being a woman in Bitcoin, like how do I say this? In the sense that we need more women in Bitcoin, but just like what it's like, she's, pretty cool. She likes, I guess, trends and stuff like that, as do I. And so it's like, the perspective of your core identity with respect to Bitcoin, with respect to your friends, what they think about it, how you sort of navigate the space. Anyways, I think it was like a nice interview and a lovely person to speak with. So there you have it. Seed words, RBF, Anuja's interview coming out on Wednesday. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. I hope you have a wonderful week. And I hope that there's at least one thing this week that just puts a smile on your face and reminds you that there is hope, that there is love in this world, and that, yeah, we'll keep going, we'll keep pushing ahead, and things will be positive. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.